One of the main goals of Minecraft is survival, and since there are so many mobs living in the game, you'd imagine mobs who live in the game would be quite good at this. Hello, I'm Mindful, and today we're going to be finding out which mob is best at surviving. The mobs I will be comparing are the ones that I have concluded to have the best survival abilities. If you believe that I failed to include a mob that you think is good enough at surviving to deserve to be in this video, shut up, it's my video, I make the rules. The mobs I'll be testing and comparing are wolves, pillagers, cats, foxes, and villagers. I considered some other mobs, but these seem to be the best 5 and I didn't want the video to be too long. We'll be conducting 6 tests, and for every success the mob will gain a point. If there's a tie at the end, we'll do a tiebreaker. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so for the first test we'll be doing quite a simple one. We'll be testing their ability to use common sense to avoid death. There will be some very easily avoidable deadly obstacles, and we'll be making them run through the room without dying to any one of them. Let's start with the wolf. I have to tame him because I can't make him run because he keeps attacking the llamas, so we're gonna have to just do this way. And he has made it. This is a success, he has done well. However, unfortunately, since I need space, anyway, so we move on to the next one. Next we will do foxes. So I'll use a wolf to make it run away. But nature must take its course as well. Let's move on. Okay, we'll now use the cat. That might be a problem. Because I can't get the cat to move, I will have to chase it. That is the only way. Success. Villagers next. And as we know, there's one way to make villagers run, which is the best in this game. That cannot be surpassed. Now run. Run, my child. Go. He made it to the room, so that henceforth he gets a point. And now we have the pillager. We will be using villagers to make him run. If he will... oh, yes. Run. He's nearly there. He has to make it past this. If he dies now, then he loses. And he's done it. Pillager gets a point. And also gets the win, apparently. Anyway, on to the next test. Okay, so we are on to the second test now, and for this one we'll be either making the mob hunt its prey before the prey can escape, or we'll be testing how well the mob can obtain food alternatively, in order to test how well the mobs can obtain food. We're doing this because apparently food is essential, and while personally I would disagree with this, I will be including it. Okay, so for mobs that need to hunt their prey, we will be using this setup for the test, in which if the prey escapes into its hutch, then the mob has lost. However, if the mob catches its prey before the prey escapes, then they get the point. We'll start with a cat, even though I have to use an ocelot because cats won't hunt chickens, but that's not important. Oh, going for it. And it appears that the ocelot has won, and so the ocelot gets the point. That's 1 more point for cats. Okay, next is the fox. Oh. Unfortunately, it was not fast enough to stop it from escaping, and so the fox does not get this point. Okay, I've had to modify this for this one, but we'll now place in... we'll place in 2, and place in a wolf. And that's a point for the wolf. Let's add 1 on for the wolf, and move on to the next round. Now we'll do the pillager. However, unfortunately, while even if the villager escapes, it doesn't matter, because either way, the pillager does not get the point, as the pillager just doesn't eat. And so the pillager will starve and die, irregardless. Okay, so we're now on to villagers. And as you can see, the villager is actually one of the most interesting ones, as it produces food via farming. This is an alternate source of food, and so we will be giving the point for this. Okay, that's all of them. Here are the scores so far, and now let's move on to the next test. For the third test, I have created a maze that the mobs will have to traverse through. However, within this maze, there will be enemies or predators of the mob. This will test the mob's speed, stealth, navigation, its ability to avoid predators and enemies, other excuses to make this longer. Let's begin. Okay, so the first mob we're going to be testing with this is the cat. And because the cat doesn't have any natural predators, I will be forced to use indicators, because they attack everything. Well, guess that means it loses. Okay, now for the wolf. Okay, so the wolf is starting to move through the maze. Slowly but surely. Oh. The wolf's making a run. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, it's hiding. Oh, but there appears to be another one. The wolf is cornered. The llamas appear to not be doing their jobs either. Oh, the wolf is fighting back. Okay, the wolf has escaped one, but I don't know if it will fight off two, so it's going to need to... Again. Okay, the wolf has run past them both. Oh, it has gone the wrong way though, which is not good. Might still be able to escape. They appear to be fighting each other now. However, the wolf is getting closer to the finish line. And the wolf has made it. That's another point for the wolf. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so next we'll be doing the fox. And now... Okay, the fox has wasted no time moving through the maze. Okay, so the fox is already getting close. And the wolves haven't even spotted it yet. Oh, but now they have. Okay, the fox is going to have to run, or else it won't make it. Okay, the fox is now making a near escape. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, but it's making a run. Oh, but it took a wrong turn. Oh, I think this is it. Ah. Yes, it means the fox has failed this challenge and will not be getting the point. Okay, so next up we have the villager, and I think the enemy here is quite obvious. Okay, he's running. Okay, he's already on another side, so it's already got a good start. However, it might not be able to keep this up, so we'll have to just see. Okay, the villager appears to have moved to a dead end, and I think they might have spotted it. Okay, the villager is making a run. Oh, but it has run into another pillager. Oh, it was so close, but he sadly just didn't make it. Unfortunately, the villager has lost the point. And finally we have the pillager. Okay, so the pillager has begun moving through the maze. Neither the iron golem or the pillager have spotted each other yet. Oh, but the pillager appears to be attempting to fight the iron golem, which doesn't seem very smart. And you know, if it loses because of this, it's its own fault. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, the pillager has lost the point, and that concludes the third test. Here are the scores so far, and now let's move on to the fourth test. Okay, so this test is quite a small and very simple one. It's just a race to see if they can outrun the predator and get past the finish line without dying. Now, obviously this is to test how well they can run away. I mean, I've never had to run away from anything in my life because I'm amazing. I'm also very humble, but I suppose not everyone, it can be me. So yeah, they're just gonna make it past the finish line without dying. You got it? Okay, let's go. Because cats don't seem to have anything they run away from naturally, I will have to act as the enemy here. Okay, so now I've got the fox, and it'll be running away from a wolf, because that's what it runs away from. Okay. Unfortunately, the wolf was too fast for it, and it caught up. So unfortunately, the fox does not get this point. Okay, now we've got the wolf. Okay, now I've got the wolf and the llama. Oh, that was easy. That's a point for the wolf. Moving on. Okay, now we have the villager, who will obviously be running away from a pillager. Can it escape before it gets killed? Oh, even though it's probably gonna die anyway, but it's still a point for the villager. Now let's just watch it die quickly. Good job. A point for the villager. And now we have the pillager itself, who doesn't seem to run away from anything. However, when given an enemy that it is unable to beat, instead of attempting to run, it will still continue to attack it, which I think is like beyond an automatic fail for this test. So like looking at what happens when I do this, like instead of trying to run like it should do, it just attacks, which is an automatic fail, I think. So oh, it just went. So I think that's not a point for the pillager. I think that concludes this test. So here are the scores so far, and let's move on. This is my personal favourite one. It's better for survival if you just abandon your morals like you do for your hopes and dreams. So if the mob makes a morally good choice, then they lose the point. But if they save themselves like a dirty coward, then they get rewarded with the point and their lives. Until next round when I need that space. It's fairly obvious how it works. A mob can either sacrifice its own life to save the mob in the cage, or it can save itself and cause the cage mob to die. If they don't do anything, both mobs will die. And obviously I myself am above things like morals because, you know, I'm me. Okay, so we'll start with the cat. But once again, of course, they don't run away from anything naturally. So just to make sure there's a bit more of a threat, I will be chasing them. But I will not be influencing their decision. And it's a child. It's even better when you put such a moral responsibility on a child. Well then, in that case. But since it sacrifices life, that means the cat loses the point. Next, we will test wolves. Oh. What? He didn't even hesitate. Point for the wolf. But the fox, and we... Oh, he's just going to sleep right there. Well, we've got the fox now. You know what we need to do. Once again, there was no hesitation there. That's just nature. Oh no, it's escaped. No. The fox gets the point, even if it died. Moving on from that, pillager. And since I can't make run from anything anyway, I will just be waiting on this one and slowly turning the floor to lava. So, oh. It didn't have, you know, they hunt together and it clearly sacrificed himself for this. Unfortunately, as noble as that is, you know, it didn't exactly help it survive. So, the pillager point. Sucks them. So now we have the villager and you know the drill, so let's just start. Okay, so here we go. What choice will the villager make? Oh, is it going to sacrifice its own life? Clearly, well, you know, it was headed there, so I guess that means that this villager lives for now. But, you know, unfortunately that does mean the villager loses the point, as, you know, it didn't survive, so unfortunately the villager does not get this point. Now you may be asking, but Ironvolt, this isn't a very moral test to do, or ethical, and to that I say, you're right. It won't stop me, but you're right. Anyway, here are the scores so far. Let's move on to the next test. Okay, so this is the sixth and final test, and I would absolutely be lying if I tried to say that I didn't run out of ideas. This one's quite similar to test 4, but that one was just run away in a straight line like a massive loser. Well, this one is basically having to actually make it through the room and escape with enemies and other threats in the room. If they survive, they'll get the point and die immediately after. If they die in the room, then they die and they don't get a point. So that means that they will be sad when they die. Okay, so you know the drill. We start with the cat, and then I have to chase it because they didn't run away from anything naturally. You know the drill, because cats won't naturally run, so I have to chase them. You know the drill by now. We all saw that it definitely ran into the lava itself, right? Okay, well, since we all saw it definitely ran into lava by itself, I'm afraid the cat does not get this point. Okay, once again, here's the wolf, and let's place a llama to make it run. Oh, come on. Please, guy, not here, man. You don't need to do this. Do that somewhere else. Okay, due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm just gonna have to do this. Okay, now, follow me. So I'm just gonna slowly move through the room. Okay, and it survives, so that means that the wolf gets the point. Now then. Okay, fox, there's a wolf, you know where this goes. Oh. Well, it's almost made it, but I just don't know what it's really doing at the moment. And once again, unfortunately, the fox has not survived. So unfortunately, the fox does not get the point again. But, you know, we all saw that coming, let's be honest here. Like, no one expected the fox to win this. Okay, it's a pillager, there's a room, you know what's going on. The pillager exists, and there's a room. Let's just watch what happens. Now there's one here, just to keep his attention. I'll just place one in here. Come on, it's gonna make it through this corridor. And it's done it. Didn't even take any damage. That means the pillager gets the point. Okay, villager, zombie, go. Oh, the villager's made a bit of a stupid there. Up, and the villager didn't even come close. The villager did not get this point. And that concludes our final round. And the final scores are: the cat finished with 3 points, the fox finished with 2 points, the pillager finished with 2 points, the villager finished with 3 points, and the wolf finished with 6 points, a complete score. Congratulations on the wolf. I just want to say that I always believed in the wolf. I knew it would win from the very beginning. You clearly heard me all the way saying, go wolf, none of the others, all the others were losers. I always believed that. There is no evidence saying otherwise. Okay, so that was our test for which Minecraft mob has the best survival skills. Obviously this has all been for entertainment, so don't take this video too seriously, even if my testing is so perfect that it rivals the top scientists. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you want to support the channel and see more, then consider subscribing, liking or commenting. But it's up to you, to be honest, really. I can't really force you. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I have to clean up for the next video, so I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!